Hey everyone, Ryan come back at you here with the handsy one. He's got my nose. Grayson, I just had a one package mail day I wanted to share with you all today, and I know I had alluded to it in a previous video where there was a package missing. He's mesmerized. First off, shout out to Peyton Manning. Not his best performance, but he finished on top, and you don't do that by accident. It's a team effort. Football is one of the ultimate team sports, and I really, I don't want to see him retire, but if he does, you couldn't have wrote a better ending to that. You can, just slightly, is that he would then come back to Indy and, like, get into our front office somehow. Like, I don't necessarily need to see him coach. Like, let him manage. Let him be a GM. Let him do something like that. But do it back in Indy, that'd be the best. Anyhow, so I talked in a previous video talking about how I had a card that was missing in the mail. I mean, it's happened from time to time where, like, some sellers will sell stuff on eBay and they don't have, it might be like a $10 card or something like that. They don't have tracking on it. Someone at the post office steals your package. It's happened to me more times than I'm comfortable with, but I'm not going to lose sleep over $10. This card I was very uncomfortable with because I've been trying to convince myself for the last 2 years to pull the trigger on one to add to my collection. This guy's future collection. And yeah, so this one hit long and short of it. And I'm going to give this guy's link below because Humanity for the win. Today's video is brought to you by Humanity, and his eBay username is 83mounties. I need you all to go give him your love because there's not a lot of good people like this in the hobby. He does a lot of sales on eBay, has a lot of really nice high-end things, and low-end. He's got a really good range. He has a lot of stuff at Buy Now or Best Offer, and he has a lot of stuff that he runs on auction. But either way, like, I did this as an off-eBay deal, super smooth. That side of this little glitch, not his fault. So, like, the package was supposed to be delivered, like, beginning of January, like the 4th or 5th. I made this arrangement kind of around the playoffs because I was afraid, like, hey, if this particular player makes a big run in the playoffs, it'll be his second Super Bowl victory, third Super Bowl since 2012. I was like, I want to secure one before they get really too far off the radar. And long and short of it, we make this deal. I'm looking at the tracking. It says delivered at front doorstep, and it's like snowing in Indy on the 4th or 5th, whenever that was when it was delivered. And the 4th or 5th, whenever it was delivered, and I'm outside, like, going through snow. I was like, this package is not out here, and I should have signed for it. It's not this gentleman's fault either. He had the understanding that, like, $750 or more, you should have it signed for, and I'm like, man, I guess I've just been burned too many times in the past where, like, if it's $200 or more, I'll have a signature confirmation generally. And long and short of it, I do some more research, look at the order details, and, I mean, I've been in my current house now for, like, 14, 15 months. I deleted my old apartment address, like, right after we moved out of there, and all my mail stopped forwarding after a year. Well, turns out, after I made the transaction, there's a glitch in PayPal system to where my old address came up for this transaction after I secured the deal. So this is delivered to the front doorstep of my old shitty apartment. And, man, I told this guy what happened, and he was like, he was so genuine, and you don't see that in eBay transactions. The guy already had the money. At the end of the day, like, it's out of his hands. There's nothing I could do to dispute the case. Like, it was delivered. He met his end of the bargain. And, I mean, if this seller wanted to just walk away with you, like, that's it. And if this car was ever delivered back to him, he could have just pocketed it. And, by the grace of God, there's still good people out there. And I went back to this apartment like 3 times. I called the clubhouse like for every other day for about 4 weeks straight. And I'm like, did this person return the car? Did they take this, USPS priority envelope to the clubhouse? It's obviously not addressed to them. I know if I've had some old mail delivered to them, I'm sure they'd trash it. And they're like, no. And honestly, like, we can't do anything about it. So even the clubhouse is like, and I was pretty ticked about that because, again, this is a car that I've been looking at for a while, so I was already kind of emotionally invested on the decision on picking it up. Hold on, what's his shirt say? Ugh, I can't. This is hanging out with Dad. Ugh. Go watch some TV. Hi. Okay. I'm sorry, this is getting real wordy. I'm just super excited that this thing got here. So I even went to the point where, like, I mean, our apartment wasn't in the nicest area either. So, like, I had to take time outside of work. I go on my lunch break. I'm knocking on this old address, you know, at my own risk. And I didn't want to see, you know, somebody pocket something like this. And I wrote a letter and, like, never replied. Next thing I know, I think it's about a week ago, I get a message from this guy on eBay, 83mounties. Go give him your support. If he has something you can buy it. Because he's a good dude. And he was even like, I wrote a letter. Like, I think it's mail fraud is terrible and it's happened to him. And he said, no, we're not going to stand for this. I mean, he was insured. Not for the amount of the car, but it was insured nonetheless. So, I mean, I wouldn't have walked away necessarily empty-handed, but I've been pretty butthurt at the end of the day. But he was like, no, we're going to get this straightened out. We're going to find out how we can, like, get a hold of this person. And it was about a week ago, he shoots me this message, and it said, like, guess what I have in my hand? So after a month of this old tenant having my package, I know, this person finally returned to sender, and this particular seller, I think he understood the anguish that I had been experiencing and the level at which of effort that I put out to try to obtain this card, even after the fact. He shipped this for free with signature confirmation back to me, and just like, God bless you. If you're watching this, I'm going to send you this link. Thank you so much. This is going to go proudly on my mantle, and for the price I paid for it, you could have told me that it's one of the most expensive cards in my collection. It's not, but I mean, like, you could have told me this is like my number 2 card at this point, number 3 card, and I'll always kind of have a stronger emotional connection to this because of everything we had to do to get it back. But thank you so much. I'm gonna finally show the card. After Brady and Manning retire, man, I mean, you have Cam, but the 2012 class, the top 2 athletes to come out of there. Andrew Luck. My eyeball, I didn't need that. Hold on, we're bailing. We're bailing out. And Russell Wilson. This meets all my criteria. This would be the only Russell Wilson card I care to have. It meets my criteria. It's got the new PSA slab. It's a Gem Mint 10. It's a Contenders. I can't see. You know, for as cruddy as his auto normally is, there's no streaks. I showed this card to Samantha because, like, she really likes Russell Wilson, and I pulled this out of the package in front of her the other day, and she was like, that's his autograph. But yeah, super excited to have this in the PC. Meets my criteria. It's not like a short print. This is the regular variation, or this is a regular base autograph, but very sick card. Glad to add to my PC, our PC, whatever we're going to call it moving forward. I don't know. But 83mounties, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for, like, not giving me any hassle, being super nice and genuine from, like, out the gate. You know, having faith in humanity yourself. You're like, no, like, you treated this transaction like you would have wanted to been treated in a transaction, and that's very uncommon. And I'm super worried we're getting close to 10 minutes, but I can't thank you enough. That doesn't happen enough. People don't really live their life by the golden rule anymore, and it bothers the heck out of me. And I'm so glad that people like you exist that still do. So shout out to Alan and all my other buddies here, Seahawks fans. Eat your heart out. This is going on my shelf. Finally. It's been a month and a half in the works. But excited to bring it home. Glad the person at my old apartment finally, you know, bit the bullet and did the right thing. And just a combination of people doing the right thing. And it was awesome to be a part of this. Now that I have it in hand. Before that, I was really bothered about it. But that's all I have for you guys right now. It's 9 minutes to say good people still exist. Great cards still exist. On-card autograph of, I mean, this guy's possibilities are endless, just like Andrew Luck's. You know, these guys can stay healthy, get a good core around them. They should be fun to watch for the next decade or so. And, yeah, hopefully they meet up in a Super Bowl one day. Gracie, you have anything to say? He didn't know, Daddy, I'm hungry. Man, that's all I have. Go check out this guy's link below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And more to come. But this is my pickup. And go check out that guy. That's all for you. Deuces.